Hi, this is Mike Yarrington. Welcome to the next episode of Building an Exceptional Business. I'll give you a little background about my experience in the business world, and then I'll tell you about the next business principle we're going to be discussing. First of all, my background is over 40 years in both public and private entities, building, fixing businesses, building new channels of distribution, starting businesses from scratch, all those things. I spent a good portion of my career at Western Union. I finished there as the president of Western Union North America. While I was there, I built out their westernunion.com channel. I built out their commercial segment. When I left, I started it from scratch. It was over $500 million. The total business that I ran for Western Union was over $2 billion a year in sales. So I've had a little experience building and running different size businesses in my experience with Western Union. The other thing I did after I left Western Union, I ran Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, which is the number 2 tax preparation service in the United States after H&R Block. I ran that as a public company as president and CEO of that organization. So I've had a lot of experience in the public sector as well. And then for the last 15 years, I've been running my own business, which is Yarrington Investments / Hillside, which does a variety of lodging. We have a lot of lodging facilities. We have a lot of multifamily operations, and we also do mortgage loans. So I've had various experience in building both companies, corporate companies, business, fixing their businesses, as well as building my own and hopefully building a successful business going forward. So that's my background and experience. But what we're talking about today are the various phases of business building. And we've talked about ideation, the startup phase, which is really important to any business to make sure that you have enough good ideas in the funnel that you can continue to run your business successfully over time, that when your product, the next generation of your product is created, it's created by you instead of by your competitor. And so there's lots of things that we talked about in that area, which I won't spend time on, except to say that's the first step of a business. We talk next about the pioneer or the test market stage of the business, and that is the situation where you choose the way you will go to market with a new product. You can either be a innovator in the marketplace. You can create new products, multiple new products every year, like a company, for the example of Nike or 3M would do. You can become a price leader, and we talked, for an example, in that area about Walmart and Costco, which are two large retail stores that create a low-cost structure to provide the best products at the lowest price. Or you can be a customer intimate provider of services, and we talked in that area about American Express and Nordstrom's, and where there's a lot of hand-holding and customer touch points that create the ability for you to interact with your customer on a regular basis. So you begin to understand exactly what your customers' needs are at a very detailed level. Some people call it mass customization. It's sort of like treating every customer like they're a single entity, a single customer, but it's creating a structure in your company where you have the ability and the resources to do that. So those are the 3 ways to go to market. So once we get the product to market, once we're in the test market phase, now, and we've had some success, let's just say that we've test marketed, we've chosen the right strategy to go to market, and we've had some success with the market, we've gotten some traction, we're getting to a situation where, and I tell people this all the time that are looking for money, there's always a lot of money out in the marketplace. Venture capitalists will always have money to invest in a good idea. So now, as you begin to test the market and see that it does have legs and it does have traction in the marketplace, you're going to begin to look for money to build your business. This is the infrastructure part of your business. And you, at this point, you may have been running on a shoestring, you may have been running out of a garage or out of a home, having 1 or 2 people that are dedicated zealots to your product or your service. And so now you're beginning to say, hey, this product might actually work. It could be a big product. It has a new technology. It's something that's really brand new. And we need to figure out, what does the infrastructure look like in this business? So in that phase of the business, you're going to get some people that are called venture capitalists, or you may get private investors. There's various ways to finance your product. You may get friends and family that want to invest in you and your product. But you're going to have to create an infrastructure which makes this product scalable. That's what we're going to talk about next, the infrastructure or the scalability of your product. So let me just say that I've done this often enough that when I would go out and look at businesses to buy for Western Union, for example, I had accountants, I had salespeople, I had marketing, I had engineers, all of which spoke a little different language. And so I created a model that I wanted to look at called the STAR model. Now, the STAR model is very simple. It basically says, okay, what is the vision of this company? What are they trying to get done? What kind of infrastructure did they need in order to accomplish their goals? What was the organizational structure? What is the metrics they're using to measure the success of their business? And how do they reward their employees? What do they tell the employees are important? So let me take each one of those separately. So the first thing is, what is the vision of your company? What are you trying to be when you grow up? I always tell people that are looking to create these long, lengthy vision statements about everything they're going to do. A vision statement is basically an elevator speech. So when you're talking to your organization, they should be able to give you an elevator speech. Now, by what I mean by that is that somebody meets them in the elevator and says, what does your company do? They should be able to say, my company is the largest provider of money transfer services in the world. Something as simple as that. That's what the vision of this organization is all about. So when you create a vision for your organization, you're basically saying, what's the most important things about your business, about what your go-to-market strategy looks like? Well, for example, Western Union's, and again, I'm just from memory, so I don't know if it's exactly right, but we wanted to be the worldwide leader in money transfer services. So what that says is that we wanted to be the worldwide, which talks about the scope of the market we wanted to be in, money transfer, which talks about the transfer of money. It was very, very simple. In leader means that we wanted to be number one player in that marketplace. There were lots of people like MoneyGram and various other players in that market that were knocking on the door trying to create a niche in that marketplace. And we wanted to be a worldwide money transfer service. So that tells me a lot about the company called Western Union. And if you're developing a vision statement for your business, what you really want to do is create a vision statement that says what you are today or what you hope to become. And that vision statement will begin to give you things under that vision statement that are objectives that you need to focus on as an organization. You don't need to focus on 15. There's probably 5 objectives that you might have as a company that would allow you to focus on what the most important things are in your company that relate to your vision statement. The next thing you need to focus on in that area of what I call the STAR model, which is what I created. And let me just tell you a little bit about the background of the STAR model. As I said before, I used to do the M&A work for Western Union in the latter part of my career. I would go around the world and look at businesses that we might want to buy, that we would put our brand on. And so I had different